Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
What's up, everybody? It's the Manic Cop
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm posted up in the cut, in the cut like a bandage.
Hey, shout out to Paco.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's the Manic Cop Paco posted up in the cut like a bandage.
And this is Mr. Popcorn representing Brisbane, Australia. Let's get it popping.
Wonderful. You know, this is episode 78. I haven't done this in a while. You know,
78. That's not
Right.
bad, though. That's not bad. That's on the way to
No.
100.
It's right there next to 100 almost. It's not in the same block, but it's in the same town.
It's on the way to the ballpark. It's walking towards the ballpark. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're passing 78. We're running our fingers through it. Anyway, you know, it's been a while. Also, you know, it's been even more of a while since we've done an album review,
What's
right?
that?
And
That's right.
you know, I think we should get back to that. You know, we do love music as far as hip hop goes, at least. If there's anything else, I really ain't paying attention. But you know, as far as hip hop goes, we're gonna get into all that. But first, of course, we need to get into the weather report. Mr. Popcorn.
Dr. Pops.
Can you please let us know what the weather's like in where you're at?
Yes, thank you, Paco. Yes, and it has been a minute. It's good to come back on to talk about a very important artist in the rap game and someone that we both like and who we've done a few reviews on before. So it's a good way to come back with. But first, the weather, of course.
Right.
64 degrees. Sorry, let me specify first because I always forget. It's like Wednesday, the 15th of May at 8:51 p.m. where I'm at in Brisbane, Australia. Yeah, Queensland state, if you will. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm in the future. And I'm also in winter. I'm in winter. Yeah. So it's 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wonderful.
How do you perceive that? Is that good? Does it sound good for winter from someone from Phoenix, Arizona?
It sounds about leaving winter, if you will. You know, that's about.
I got you.
Because that was like about last month. No, the month before, March.
Interesting.
That's what we're feeling, you know.
Because we're just entering winter. This is just starting to get a little bit colder.
Yeah.
But it's not crazy. It's Australia. It's Queensland. It's hot.
Right. Same here, dude. Our winters are nice. You know, a lot of people from like eastern states come here and they're like, oh, it's not even cold. It's like, dude, yes, it is. It's like 50 something degrees. I can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to the heat. But over here in a lovely Peoria, Arizona, it's a crisp, cool 73 degrees. If you got to do anything, make sure you do it around this time because it's beautiful. Otherwise, you're going to run into the heat. You know what I mean? It was like 100 degrees earlier today. And it was very hot. You know, I don't like.
Okay.
Well,
so you guys are heating up.
Right. We're heating up. It's very hot. You know,
that's scary. And it's 100 already.
Yeah. Summertime, man. And you guys are entering winter. And then there's a little notice on my computer that says that the temperatures are starting to jump. I don't know exactly. Yeah. I don't know exactly what service to do. It doesn't matter. We know it's summertime. We know what to expect. Arizona. All right. And that concludes the weather report. You know.
Fantastic.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this music stuff, hip hop in general, prior to entering this album review. What are your thoughts? You know, let's talk about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You know, battles that they had going on. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Okay. Okay. All right. First of all, I wasn't initially interested, primarily pretty much because of the Drake factor. I'm not a fan of Drake. I think he's wildly overrated and tolerated and accepted for some reason I don't quite understand because he is actually quite awful. Yeah. He's not good in any way, but he gets this bizarre pass. So I wasn't interested at first because of him, but when Kendrick started to take him down, and when it started proliferating everywhere on my algorithm, with lots of music reviewers, YouTube music reviewers that I watch, Anthony Fantano, Dead End Hip
Oh
Hop,
yeah.
started talking about them. Yeah,
Mhm.
I got caught up in it, and then when it got to the point where Kendrick dropped "Meet the Grahams,"
Uh-huh.
if you heard that one, yeah,
Yeah, I've heard them
where,
all.
yeah, where he goes around to members of Drake's family and sits them down and explains to them how they did a horrible job raising Aubrey Grahams as a person. Yeah. To this really nice, slow, rhythmic, spooky, almost RZA piano beat, which was done by The Alchemist, that was produced by The
Alchemist,
Alchemist.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I got caught up in that, and then he dropped "Not Like Us." What do you think of "Not Like Us" when you get back to you? Because that's very West Coast.
Right. That was pretty dope. I liked it, man. I'm still listening to it to this day. It was good,
Okay.
and it
Yeah.
really hit Drake hard, I think. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that
I'm
if he didn't
after you.
release that, if he didn't release the Not Like Us, then it could have been, I don't know, maybe Drake would have won. But Kendrick won and destroyed it because then, I'm sure this has been talked about to death on the internet, but yeah, Drake
Mm.
goes on the defense and it sounds like a real bozo. Not like, I mean, he sounds like a bozo on
He
his
is a bozo.
response. Right, right. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't know how to say it, but I mean, just like the rest of his music. I mean, the way I feel about Drake, it's just like when I hear a song, there's nothing there. I don't
There's nothing.
feel it,
Yeah.
There's
No.
no feeling. It sounds like it's soulless, like it's a product manufactured just
Oh,
for sales.
absolutely.
But I don't,
Absolutely.
there's no soul
Um,
in it for me. That's what I think. Go ahead, Gene.
yeah, no, I'm just thinking about Drake in disgust.
Yeah.
I am glad he has been taken down a peg. I'm glad he's lost because he has lost.
Yeah.
And Kendrick has also shown up with receipts. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
find it on Instagram. Screwface Jean, I've been following his channel because he breaks down all the intricacies in terms of the lingo. Like there's gang lingo that references that I didn't know that he broke down in both songs, sort of thing, which were further threats towards each other.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. To be objective and fair, though, Drake didn't do a bad job. He did better
No.
than I expected him to.
Yeah.
Family Matters wasn't a shabby song. That wasn't too shabby.
It was good.
And
I thought he won the
yeah,
battle.
yeah, with that one,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was way
yeah.
better than Meet the Grams. I mean, as far as keeping
Okay,
people's attention, you know?
okay. You didn't like Meet the Grams,
I do, but it's just like compared to
just
the
not
other, I don't
not
know.
your sort of production, just not your taste of production. Yeah,
I mean, I
just
love The Alchemist though. So it is, but it is, I don't know. But going
okay.
like at first, when I first heard it, I was like, I don't really care for this. But just going back to it, it does. I do like it more. I don't know. I had to revisit it. I had to let it sit. But Meet the Grams is
Okay.
good. But just
Mhm,
as far as
mhm.
listening to like rap, it's Drake with that one, Family Matters was pretty good.
Yeah, no. Family Matters wasn't too shabby at all. The last thing he dropped, the Heart Part 6, which was a good move, as has been pointed out. He's taken away that in part from Kendrick dropping the Heart Part 6 because he was up to number 5. Yeah, so that
Right.
was a little stab. That was a little quick stab in the guts there. And I loved the beat to that. I loved the production. That was probably my favorite production out of all of the tracks.
Yeah.
That very stony dreamwave type thing, with those warped choral vocals in the background. Like a fucking bizarre science fiction movie. I like that shit.
Right.
But the lyrics were stupid, and he just contradicted himself so many times.
Yeah.
He was just falling. It was
Oh
it was
man.
appalling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, so who do you think won the war? I give it to Kendrick 100%.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'll give him 90. I think Drake can take. I'll give him 20% for Family Matters, but 80
Mhm.
goes to Kendrick, therefore winning. What have you got?
Dude, it's hard to like when Kendrick just dropped "Not Like Us." It was over, dude. I don't even remember anything after before that. And then Drake drops the Hard Part 6. It was just like, oh, I'm done. Drake, please, what are we doing? Hang it up, brother.
Go back to Canada. Go back to
Right.
Canada.
Right? Yeah, Canada. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
and listen, this is a side note, but I put Australia above Canada, so there we go. Just want to say
thank
that.
you. So do we.
Nobody likes Canada.
So do we. Yeah. Yeah, well, they're nice.
Yeah, it's fake. It seems fake.
It seems very fake, and like they've done nasty things. If you know the history of that country a little bit, of their indigenous people to children,
right?
You know,
that's every country.
Every country has it, absolutely. Right. As does New Zealand. Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
Right. Indigenous people. It's happened here too, dude. America, man. You know,
New Zealand.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. That's terrible. All right.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack there. Kendrick won. Kendrick won.
Kendrick won.
Yeah.
Papa Chubby says, "Good morning, fellas. What's up, man?"
Hello.
Also, he says, the newest Bars Mur album rules. Not familiar with that. Are you familiar?
So say that again.
The newest Bars Mur album rules.
Oh, I've got it. I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who that is. Sorry, they're Chad. That's Chad. Shout out Gimmick Ganger, OG Gimmick Ganger there.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Right. But aside from the Kendrick Lamar,
fucking spam. We've got spam here in the chat, man. See this shit?
Yeah, it's best to not address
flexible and convenient order management. Yeah, let's not speak it out loud, otherwise we'll go
right. Yeah, we don't. I don't.
Shit.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
But like, aside from Kendrick and Drake beef or whatever, what are your thoughts on hip hop overall? I think this year it's been pretty good. As far as one of the albums we're about to talk about. You know,
give me one sec.
Absolutely,
because I've got my listens list. I've been making a list so far this year of all the movies I've watched, but also all the albums I've listened to. This doesn't count singles and playlists, and when I use the
just albums,
DJ X on Spotify, you know, the random thing. This is just purely the whole album from beginning to end.
Right.
And there's been some good stuff. Hitler Wears Hermes 3, The Super Goat, Husk Kingpin, and what are they called? Ninth Wonder producers, not sure. Really, really good. Have you heard Husk Kingpin?
No, I haven't. I haven't really heard.
Check him out. No, he's yeah.
What's it called?
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say because he does a lot of cool shit.
Let me see. I'm typing it in. What did you say here?
Husk Kingpin, H-U-S, and then Kingpin. Yeah. We got a lot of Gucci Ghost releases.
In a State of Nirvana is the newest one from this man, Husk Kingpin.
Yes. He reconceptualizes 90s albums like Nirvana, Portishead, Bjork, Tricky.
Right. I just put
real drug influence, but a real good lyricist. And by drugs, I mean weed, lots and lots.
Oh, just we don't even consider that a drug anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, you are American. Yeah, so it's been part of the groceries for a while now, which is cool.
Right.
It's it's medicinal here now, which is cool. Yeah.
Medicinal. I remember when it was just that. Yeah.
Well, you know, we're always a bit behind you guys. Yeah. But anyway, blah blah blah. Should we talk about this album?
Absolutely.
Hip hop's in a good state, and this album is a good example of how in a good state it is.
Yeah, why don't you introduce the album? I think you suggested that we do this today. And the album is called Slant Face Killah. Go ahead and talk about this a little bit. I'm gonna put the cover up while you talk about it.
This is Conway the Machine's 4th official studio album release. But of course, as you know, Paco and others, if you are a Conway fan, or if you just know rap in general, because this guy drops shit all the time. When you have a look at his mixtapes, his collaborative tapes, it's over 50, 60, if not near 100. Is this one his best one? I don't know. That's another conversation, but it's pretty damn good. It's certainly in the conversation.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just get to his studio albums. There was From King to a God.
Oh, that one was really good too. That one was great too.
Yeah, that was really good from 2020. God Don't Make Mistakes. I really like that one. In 2022, that was the one he did for Shady, for Eminem. That was his obligatory album. He got that out of the way then. Won't He Do It was 2023. I was but it wasn't as good as the other two. Yeah, the production style fit my taste exactly, but this one is more on the mark. Not quite 100%, but this one is much more up to speed. And this is our Slant Face Killah, SFK. And this was released May 10, 2024 under the labels Drumwork, which is Conway's, and Empire. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, let's talk about the cover here. What are your thoughts on the cover?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not sure if it is a direct reference there, Sir Conway. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it looks like, if not taken from, inspired by. There's a comic book called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. It's by the guy who did Invader Zim for Nickelodeon, however you say that. Johan Vasquez. And as a comic in between, a sub story, I don't know what the terminology is, you'd have this guy who's Happy Noodle Boy, who would just rant and rave incessantly about just fuck shit. And it looks very much like Happy Noodle Boy. But I think it's cool because if you don't know, Conway was shot in the face a lot once upon a time and has a slanted face, but he's used it to his advantage to create a kind of permanent gangster sneer with it. Sorry. I think it's cool, and I like that there's goat tattooed on the face there. Very contemporary. Yeah, it's hard. What do you reckon, Parker?
I like the cover. It's listen, at a glance, it reminded me of South Park Canadians.
Yes,
Terrence
and Phillip.
Yeah. But when you look at it, you realize it's not the whole head like South Park. It's just his mouth. He looks mad, and it's just very simple. I like it. It's cool. I also like the goat tattoo. I like it. I'll put a thumbs up. I'll put like on it.
What is it on? It looked like it was on some sort of lino.
It looks like a piece.
It's done with a marker pen. I don't know what you call them. We call them knickers. NICAS.
Wow, Gene, today's the day. Tim's not even here. Anyways, I'm just saying. I call them Sharpies, because that's the brand that's most famous for like a permanent marker, Sharpies.
Yeah.
I kicked off YouTube. No,
go back and play the tape. I did not say that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So that's our thoughts on the cover. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the album, but I'm gonna just speak on like what you were talking about. I think this album, like the last album, it didn't really feel right, but then this one, it's gotten a lot. Like there's certain songs that are like the old Conway that when he first came out, but then there are some songs
Griselda Conway,
right, the one that we love, but there are some songs where you could tell he's experimenting, he's putting on new people, and then it's just kind of like we're not used to that yet, but it's not bad either. It's just an experimentation. I think and I love that about, artists when they experiment and try new stuff here and there. But
Absolutely.
sometimes it's not good, but I think sometimes you just got to get used to that and hear it more and more, hear that style more and more. And eventually we can accept it later. But right now, it's kind of like, all right, we'll just let it ride. We'll go to the next track. It's fine. But it's not like that. But you know what I mean? It's just we got to get used to it, is what I think it is.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. And I think I know the tracks you mean, where he's playing around with newer contemporary forms of hip hop, trap, if you will. And yeah, of course, I'm old. It's not to my liking. It's not to my
Right.
style. It's not to my ear because I didn't grow up with it and that sort of thing. And Conway is playing around with it. He's experimenting with new forms and new flows all the time, which is great. It's one of the reasons I like him.
Mhm.
But these new forms of rap, styles of rap that he does try, he does it really well, even though it's not exactly to my liking the sound. He nails it pretty damn well, pretty damn hard. in
It's
each
almost
track.
like he's in the mirror practicing. Let me see.
Totally.
Visionary said hat looked
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
Paco's face. I don't think it looks like my face at all. I'm quite handsome, actually. All right, go ahead, Gene.
That's a weird statement. Yeah, hectic. I like that it's an hour long and it's 14 tracks, which is interesting because then I looked at the track listing. These are long rap songs. A
Right.
majority of them are 4 minutes and above. Some are 6 minutes plus. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's not usually the case. It's usually 2-3 minutes. You're out in a bunch of skits and interludes in between. 30 minutes is actually 20 minutes. Blah blah blah. And there is kind of a narrative flow. I haven't picked up an exact storyline, but I got a feeling there is one. You called it cinematic.
Oh,
I
it's
think
beautiful.
I think there is a narrative to that cinema style to it. When you consider the last track, that's by Alchemist, by the way.
Right.
With Raekwon, and that's only 7 minutes, and and it seems like the end of a saga. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm over here thinking Raekwon's gonna rap and stuff, and then he doesn't.
No.
He just kind of.
It's this kind of passing of the torch speech, like father to son, a drunk father to son.
So yeah, I would say that would be the beginning of something else, but also it's just like, Conway's up there in age. He's not like a young rapper either, but he is fairly new to the game, but he's
Oh, he's
not.
not stopping. Not to say it's stopping. Not to say it's stopping at all.
Right.
Because he's not stopping. No.
Yeah.
But of that story, the storyline of this album itself. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, mostly really good. But I don't think it's perfect.
And what
there are some skippables for me.
Right.
So I don't know if it would make contender of the year.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I was tired when I said that, but something's interesting about this. There's songs on YouTube, right? Have you seen the visuals? It says official visuals for the song. Have you seen that?
No, I know what you mean. I just haven't clicked on them.
It's pretty cool, man. It looks cool. It's basically just like a bunch of loop videos, and then it just kind of rotates them. It's pretty cool, dude. I think that's the first time I've seen anything like that. It's not like a music video, but then it's just kind of like boomerangs or whatever, and then they just kind of scroll them across the screen. I don't know how to explain it. You should check it out. It's pretty dope. I like it.
I'll have a look. Thank you. I will have a look at that.
Yeah, because that's the first time I heard this. When you told me about this album, I'm like, damn, I got to check this out. But then on YouTube, it showed me one of the videos. I forgot which one. There's a few videos just like that, official visuals. I remember. Visionary says, I remember when Paco was mostly a good rapper. Well, that times have changed. I don't even know if there was even time of that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into criteria 1. We're talking beats here. Gene, please.
All right. Thank you, Paco. Thank you, Paco. Now I'm just going to pull up my production credits list here.
Yeah. All right, you know what? Maybe we could pop them on the screen too, huh?
All right, give me a sec. Because there's a lot of producers on this album.
Oh, there is, yeah. Legendary producers also.
Let me just share screen this. How do I share screen again on this? Oh, I'm not on Zoom. Share screen. Here we are.
Yeah.
I've got it. Okay. Is that up?
Yeah, there it is. Right there. Look. Boom. Production. Now we're looking at your screen.
All right. So as you can see there, Conductor Williams. Conductor, we have a problem. That guy.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Yeah. Camouflage Monk appears quite a bit. Williams, I'm not sure if he means Pharrell. The Alchemist, you can see there. This one, Beat Butcher on the last one. Sorry, second to last one. Karimi. Fucking great. Perhaps my favorite production of the whole thing. Derringer, this one with Derringer and Method Man and Flea Lord.
Yeah, Derringer's always dope.
Yeah, I am a big fan. That's the gun. That was Wikipedia, not me. Yeah. So as you can see, quite a few there, and we can look at the features while we're here.
Right.
Larry June, Method Man, Swiss Beat, the Joey Badass with Vertino. That was the good single. Yeah.
That was a good feature.
Absolute fire. And that has over 1 million streams on the album, by far the most on the album on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Joey Badass. I look forward to his album, which should be dropping sometime soonish. I liked this one with Jay Worthy and Absol. I'm quite the fan of Absol.
Yeah.
It was very spoken word, speakeasy at the jazz club style. And you've got the last one with Raekwon.
Yeah, which he did not. Well, he didn't.
The Alchemist. Yeah. So that's your credits.
Yeah. So what would you give the beats?
Oh, sorry.
Gene left.
No, that's me. What would I give the beats overall? Oh, okay. Let me. Okay. The tracks I liked pretty much majority of the production except for 3 tracks. That is 9, 10, and 11. 9 is 10 / Raya Interlude with Raya Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
That was the real trappy auto-tune number that, the club banger, whatever you want to call it. There was Dasani, which was basically the hardcore porn narrative.
Oh, I thought that was a romantic song. I thought it was rather romantic.
Okay. And then Raw with Tech 9. Yeah. Tech 9's good, but he's got this formula, music video formula to him now. Yeah.
Tech 9 has always been real hit and miss with me, dude. Sometimes he'll be really dope, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, I gotta look. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but overall,
so I can't give it a 5, but I'll give it a 4 because the majority of it is really, really good, and there's a few tracks which are just brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite beat?
I would give that to Vertino beat's really dope. The one Meth Back, that's with Method Man. I really like that one.
Oh, I love that one.
One with Stove God Cooks. This, the second one after the intro. Really cool. I will talk about Stove God in the feature section. But my favorite beat is Karimi. That is the second to last track. Whoops, my bad. And that is done by Beat Butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's done a lot of stuff for Griselda before, Tyler the Creator, Banks, Dreamville, Scissor, and a Camouflage Monk and Corey, which may be a drum work people that Conway's bringing up. I don't know, just speculating. But that's my favorite one. Yes, so 4 out of 5, and Karimi, Beat Butcher, Camouflage Monk, and Corey. Paco.
All right, the beats, they're just all spooky. They're very good. I mean,
spooky, yeah.
Yeah, Conway. Yeah, but yeah, these beats are great, man. I loved them. A lot of them. There's a couple I kind of didn't care for, like you say. But I gotta give it a 4 also. I wanted to give it a 5, but I mean, it's not like look, he experiments is what we're saying on this album. So it's kind of like
absolutely.
But so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 4, just because we're not used to certain aspects that he's trying to introduce in this album. But I will say my favorite beat is off. It's gonna be the second one, Muddy. That beat is crazy. I love how it kind of like it almost feels like it's I don't know how to say it. It's very strong, and then there's some points where it kind of feels weak, and then it kind of like comes back in strong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a disorient.
It's one of my favorites. I've got 6 favorites on this, and
right.
One of them.
Yeah. So, oh man, it just gives the distorted feel when you're listening to that beat, and then when the way they rap over it, it's great. That beat is my favorite. I would.
Should I play just a little fragment?
Oh yeah, you know what? Go ahead, or maybe I could play it because I got it right here.
You have better controls, more specific controls.
Right. It'll go right to the mixer. But this, we'll play the one that you said first. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I had it pulled up.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. So, Conway.
But this is a real album. This is a focused album. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Conway does drop a lot, but that's just him practicing, and that's just him giving away, his practice sessions in the booth for free. This is a focus on, worked on, well-sequenced album.
Yeah. So the one that you picked was Karimi.
Okay. What does that mean?
I couldn't even know. It means something, it does. We'll look it up right now, but this is the one that this is your favorite beat here.
I swear I don't bother nobody, man. I'm just trying to get my bag up. That's it. Yeah. Look, hey yo.
That I don't want to play too much. I get nervous. We're probably already off of Facebook, but yeah.
But you get the gist of it from that, yeah.
Right, yeah. And then this is the one that I chose. It's called Muddy. And of course,
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem.
Yeah.
It just feels so.
Okay.
It's very confusing, It makes me feel disoriented. It's great.
Yeah, no, they're good at that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's fine production. This album, in terms of production, like it's only because there's 3 tracks, which I pointed out, that the style I do not like, but they're done well, produced well, and Conway's really good on them as well.
Right.
Yeah. That last track though, Karimi, you said, yeah.
Karimi. I don't know what that even means.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried looking it up, but I think it's Russian. I don't know. I'm in the wrong place.
It was. But yeah, also Swiss Beats was on here, and he did his thing too, man.
Yeah, that one's right. That one's pretty good.
Right. It's just a little different from what Conway, but
that's what I was going to say about Karimi before I forget. There's a lot of writers, a lot of writing credits, a lot of writers on this album.
Yeah.
But Conway writes on each one, but there's actually 2 where it's just him, no features and no other people writing with him, no other writing credits. Milano Nights Part 1, and my favorite, Karimi. That's my favorite track as well, I may as well say. What's your favorite track?
It's Muddy, dude. I love how arrogant it is. Okay. It's so arrogant.
Oh yeah. Stove God,
Oh,
where's
Stove
your
God
album?
killed
You
it.
need a Stove God album.
Right. Yeah. I mean, is this one of his new artists that he's trying to promote?
Absolutely. Yeah,
It's
yeah. He's all
working.
over shit. He's all over shit, man. Yeah.
It's
Stove God.
working. On the song, he's like, yeah, I wanted Conway to do the hook and then I'll go. That part killed me, yo. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
So arrogant, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite, dude. Muddy. All right, go ahead and let's get into criteria part 2. It's the lyrics.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
You know, I'll go ahead and say something real quick.
You go first, yeah.
Conway, he really reminds me of Jadakiss, saying the same thing over and over, but in different and creative ways, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Conway is like that, is like Jadakiss like that, because you know what I'm saying? They could say the same thing, but it's just so crazy and clever the way they say it. They know how to use the words, man. You know, I haven't felt like this since I heard Jadakiss rap some crazy selling crack rock stuff, but then it's like in a creative different way, and he compares it to others. It's just it's beautiful how Conway's able to spin the lyrics like that, you know. Makes it feel new, even though it's the same stuff, same subject matter. Very creative man. So, and then the features. Oh, I think we talk about features later.
Yeah.
As far as the lyrics overall, I'm gonna give him a 5, dude. I'm always impressed with Conway. He never disappoints. He's got a very creative mind as far as spinning words. Go ahead, Gene. Let us have your thoughts on the lyrics.
All right. Lyrics are fucking great. Let's just start there.
Yeah, it's no problem.
There is a lot of features and a lot of writers on this. Now I'm being objective, just being as objective as I can be. The 2 that he writes by himself, the flow on Karimi is great. He experiments again, yeah, and it works. But both are essentially about chains, getting bags, wraiths, oh my God, I got paid so much, etc., yeah.
Right.
The ones where he has other people writing, that's where it gets interesting, and he starts getting symbolic with shit, and the metaphors, all that shit works better. You know, the writing is better.
Right.
Not saying, but you are exactly correct with Martin Scorsese effect, as Pusha T put it in an interview. Martin Scorsese, you know, his crime movies, his gangster movies, that's all you want to see. You know, he can do other shit, but that's all you want to see, because that's what he does better than anyone else.
Right.
And Conway is up there in the top tier of coke rappers, with Jadakiss, with Pusha T, and anyone else I can't think of you want to throw in there, yeah?
Oh, Jim Jones, of course, and Joel Santana, you know.
There you go. Conway is up there, definitely. I think he's the best out of it, and Griselda to do it as well.
Right.
I think he's the best lyricist in Griselda. I will give him those flowers. So because of that, I will say I'll be fairly objective, but I'm still giving it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still really good. They're still really fucking great. It's a great story that is being told here.
I mean, you say that, but judging by your score, it seems like you hate this album.
Written by a small child.
I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, that was good.
Don't kill me. They're jokes.
Right. No. Conway's not even listening. All right, so we're gonna go to criteria 3. That's the hooks. The hooks and Conway. Go ahead, you start this one, man. Talk about the hooks. Mr. Milk.
Yes, cheers.
So offended. That is gross, man. I couldn't drink milk right now. I don't know.
That's the first time I've ever heard you use the word offended regarding yourself.
You know, I don't get offended much, but I mean, it's one of those things.
I'm doing it for the Slant Face Killah.
Okay.
Many serial killers, assassins, you know, hitmen, that sort of thing. They'll drink the milk.
Oh, that's
This should also be a graphic novel series, a Netflix TV show. Conway, you have a great concept here with Slant Face Killah. Just wanted to mention that the title of this album is fucking hard. It's fucking great. Yeah. It's gangster as fuck, Slant Face Killah. Really cool. Again, I love the way that this guy has made the best out of multiple bad situations, like horrendous situations. Yeah. Conway is cool for that. And the emotional range as well as musical range he'll show in his lyrics, and his performance, his delivery is really good as well.
yeah.
And it comes through in his hooks. It does come through in his hooks, and his hooks are still cool. He's one artist I don't mind hearing a lot of hooks from, because it shout out Joel Shogun. He put it, this is the best music to drive around to feeling cool as fuck, is
Yeah.
Conway the Machine. Yeah, the best rapper to do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the hooks are a huge part of that. So I'm going to go, 4. I'm not going to give a 5. I'd never give hooks 5. So I'll go 4.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give the hooks a 5, only because it's Conway, and they get stuck in my head, and my favorite hook is Muddy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, it's just the hooks are great. And
Favorite hook.
yeah, it's
Vertino.
what's it called?
Vertino.
Oh yeah, that one's dope.
Yeah.
That's a good hook.
Because I've listened to that song and watched that video over 1,000 times.
Right.
I got caught up in that track.
Oh, they have a video for it.
That's my favorite track. That's my favorite track. My apologies. That's my favorite track. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I thought, because I mean the
there's a video. Absolutely, there's a video. There's a great video, man.
See,
I'll send it
I've
to you.
only seen the other tracks where it's like the official visuals. I didn't even after that I was like, I'm just gonna listen to the album, because if it's all just official visuals, it's just kind of the same visuals. Scrolling.
Visuals.
That's what they call it. But yeah, I gotta check out that video. I didn't know there was a video on this. I should know because it's Conway. He's always got videos, Remember that video he did with Ludacris? That was great. But yeah,
Method Man.
Meth, Meth, dude. Method Man is one of my favorites ever. But yeah,
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
But Conway never disappoints with the hooks, man. I don't think he does. It's and honestly, there's been times where I'm like, I don't really like this hook, but then before the song ends, it's like, okay, this is done. I see where he was going with it. It just takes a second for me to actually grasp the concept. But he does got some great hooks along with his lyrics. Now, that's why I give him a 5. Never disappoints me. It's always got some great hooks. To bring me to my last criteria. Oh, go ahead. You want to say something about the hooks? Go ahead.
No. It's just agreeing.
Okay.
Yes, our last criteria, please.
Right. Last criteria, of course, is features. We discussed the features. I think we were talking about this, didn't I? Said
we saved the features. We saved them.
Yeah.
We've done Stove God. We talked about Stove God.
Right. Dude, I need more from him. Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I like him a lot. Big fan. His voice is just like fucking so braggadocio. It's just like, whatever the room's doing, now stop now. I've entered the fucking room. You know what I mean?
He doesn't care. Dude, he does. He didn't even care. Conway was like, get on the sound. He was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if I got time. I'll try to fit it.
And when he gets with DJ Drama and West Side Gun and stuff, it's just obnoxious. The arrogance is just a level of being obnoxious. It's great.
Right.
You have Larry June. What are your thoughts on Larry June? I'm not a big fan. He's not bad. It's just it's too at the golf club, drinking,
I don't really.
Cocktail.
Yeah, I never really cared for him, but I don't know. And this is like, I don't listen to him because, like you said, it's not for me. I just say like, I don't want to be a hater, dude.
No, I don't want to be a hater either because I know people like him. But Method Man and Flea Lord on Left Back was great, and SK the King.
Yeah.
Do you like Flea Lord?
I'm not really familiar with him. It's the first time hearing him, but
he's cool. He's cool.
You know,
Yeah.
from judging
He's
by
not
this,
bad.
sure, I'll check out some more from him.
He's of that tri-state area. He knows Ill Bill, Vinny Paz. He's down
Ah.
with them. Yeah. He's of that legion. You mentioned the Swiss Beat ones. The Joey Badass. Joey Badass was great.
That was
yeah.
right
Maybe
after.
the verse of the album. Maybe the verse of the album.
It's hard because I want to give it to what Stove got cooked, but then Joey Badass
That's
is
my
just
verse of the album. That's
right.
my verse of the album. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it right after
so fucking
Stove
dope.
got,
so goddamn cool. Yeah. Just effortless.
Right. Yeah.
Well, so here we go. Let's discuss the tracks, that where he's experimenting, as we say. He's doing the new shit for the kids.
Oh, like the Dasani track? I mean,
It's all right. Yep, cool. You're having a good time, Conway. It's just him getting his fuck on.
Right,
I don't want to listen to that. Yeah, I don't like sex.
It was odd. It was very odd to hear that track. I'm like,
yeah, cool.
Could
cool,
I
dude.
be this? I'm just like, what are we doing, Conway?
Yeah, and the beat, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I think he purposely used that beat. That's kind of like experimenting. Okay, they don't like this, they're not gonna like this beat. All right, we'll just put something that they all around won't like. It's I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I wasn't in the room, but I'm thinking that's the thinking behind that.
Yeah. What did you think of the trap one that finished off with auto tune at the end? Yeah. So he was getting his amigos on.
It's so unnatural. It feels. You know what I mean? For Conway to do something like this, but
he could still do it though.
Yeah, I don't care for it personally. I'd rather he doesn't. But
there is that as well.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it like that. It's maybe not for me. I'm not a gangster. I don't shoot my gun at the clubs and stuff and try to go out and show out.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Yeah. Raw Tech 9, we discussed that.
Right. It's one of those misses.
Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you like the Absol one with Jay Worthy? The jazzy one with the kind of free spoken word shit at the end by Absol? But it was still rhyming.
Yeah, no, Absol has always been up there for me. I've always loved his work, since the beginning. And he's a bit abstract, if I could say. And
the abstract asshole.
Yeah. And here's the thing about Absol. At first, when I hear anything from Absol, I'm always kind of like, I don't know if I like this. Just takes a minute to sink in, and then I go back and then I love it. Because it's just so outside the box for me a lot of times, the way he raps it or what he's talking about when he raps. I don't know. It's just a lot of concepts I do like Absol though, as far as that. So
I like milk.
Oh my God, jeez, dear Lord. Go ahead.
Features the score. Then there was Raekwon's grandfather speech.
I was disappointed. I don't know how to feel about that. The Raekwon speech at the end, it was kind of slow, kind of like, but then what he's saying in it, I don't know, man. I was expecting a verse from Raekwon because Raekwon, you can't get an album from New York without Raekwon on it. Seems like it's all over the place. He's been rapping with all kinds of rappers.
Yeah, of course. I get it though, because it was the passing of the torch of group like Wu-Tang Clan to Griselda, which makes sense, which does make sense. But it's been done before. They have done it before, and it is long. Yeah.
Didn't they do it on more steroids, or was it?
You know what I mean, yeah. It's the start of an album. Is it on? What would Machine Gun do?
But it was also on
Dub CD. The start of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to. I don't know if I heard that one, but I was.
That's the Griselda album.
I thought it was on. Yeah, more steroids or something where they're on like it's a concert audio and they're on stage with Wu-Tang. Or it could be
Okay, sure.
rejects on
Yep.
steroids.
So, but it's been done before.
Right, yes. Point is they've said this before. We
I've said this before.
We don't need
But-
Raekwon to do a long, drawn out fucking speech. Yeah, I wanted a verse from him.
Sure. Alchemist's production is really nice though. So I have sat through and listened to the whole thing because it's worth sitting down for the production, just listening to the production. Because this guy's becoming really musical.
Right.
The Alchemist is becoming very musical the more he produces. Yeah.
Right. He's using alchemy on his
30 plus years. Alchemy, of course.
Right.
So in terms of the features, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it another 4.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. You know the features? Yeah, I'll give it I'll give it a 3. Okay.
3?
Oh, yeah. Everybody was great. There was a couple like Raekwon really disappointed. Raekwon brought it down 2 points. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
2 points. He was just sitting by the fire, tears were coming to his eyes.
I mean, really, I don't know. It didn't. I didn't feel it that it was that deep. He's not going to win an Oscar in my book, but you know what? It's okay.
It was a little bit, of an Oscar speech.
It was quite gay, if you ask me. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm not saying that. There's no way I'm saying that.
I'm just kidding. Hey, Conway, it's a joke. Raekwon, I love you. Anyway.
You've seen him almost, beat up Steve-O on stage.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Raekwon is not to be fucked with. So always respect jokes.
Absolutely. Only person, I don't know. Raekwon's great. That's all I want to say. Even though, he got Nas on his album and Nas murdered him and Ghostface. He's a good artist. He's a good artist.
Nas. It's Nas.
Yeah, Nas. Dude, it was like night and day with these fools because Nas is rapping stories, but then these guys are just rapping nonsense. But they're still good lyrical guys. I better shut up. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get into the overall score. What's 4 times 5?
20.
Okay, what's 4 times 4 is what I meant to ask.
16.
All right, that's what you gave this album overall. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, that's good. It may get up there with more listens, but that's a very reasonable representation of how I feel about this album. Yeah.
Right. How many times?
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
How many times have you heard the album?
About 3 or 4, maybe 5. So, and I've sat down and properly listened to it. Yeah, once through properly, just seated. So it may grow on me in time. But it was because of the experimentation took me out of it. Not saying that I want him just to do the grimy Griselda shit. If he did, I wouldn't be mad. Some of the newer school stuff, the club stuff, and the hardcore porn song, took me out of it a bit. So, I'd probably give it a 17. Sitting here upon reflection, but 16's fine. What about you?
16. I gave it a 17, just one right above yours. But
okay, just above. Okay, yeah.
As far as Conway goes, this is the same. If it's very reminiscent of how I felt about Wiz Khalifa. When Wiz Khalifa started experimenting more and stuff like that, I was a little reluctant, but now I think Wiz Khalifa is probably the top artist on earth right now. But Conway, as far as
buddy.
No, I'm just saying Wiz Khalifa.
Huge shots.
Wiz Khalifa's dope, but I'm just saying in comparison, like he's now I see Conway starting to experiment and branch off from what he's normally known for. And I don't know if I like it yet. Okay. But as far as Wiz Khalifa in hindsight, I was like, I don't know. But now Wiz Khalifa's dope. Okay. I trust his process now.
That's good to hear.
Right.
That
So,
is
but
good.
I'm just saying, this isn't about Wiz Khalifa and my thoughts on him. I just kind of brought it up to say that's how I feel about Conway.
About the Conway.
Right. Like, yeah, yeah.
We never know what he's going to do next, though, because he does change his shit up all the time, and he hasn't gone so intentionally, focusedly commercial like, say, Benny the Butcher has. Yeah,
Right.
Benny the Butcher wants to be in the charts. Yeah, he wants to be a big star. Still, be Benny the Butcher, but his last 2 albums have shown that very clearly.
Yeah,
That's his
everybody's trying to be
intention.
Wiz,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Conway's still doing all sorts of shit, including the low-down, dirty, Griselda, gangster, grimy shit. Yeah, that's never going to go away, and that is still in this album, which is why I still really like it as well. That is still very much in this album. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's some tracks that are so reminiscent of when you first heard Conway. It's just like, this is what I love. Mainly Muddy takes me back to when the first time I heard Conway. And do you remember the first Conway song you ever heard? Because I remember. Really took me out, blew my socks off. That song
was probably Dr. Birds, the famous one with the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Of the WWCD album. Oh, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, I remember the first Conway song I heard was Salute Me. And I was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the video for it and I was like, oh, this is great. Then I started looking more and more into Conway. I think that was off his I forgot what it's called. But that album that has Salute Me is great, front to back. Real original Conway stuff. It's also got Sky Zoo on it. Love Sky Zoo.
I don't know Sky Zoo.
Oh.
Give me one sec. I'm just going to pull something up, so keep talking.
Okay, yeah. So basically when I heard this, I got on the cell phone and I called my friend. I said, listen, you're going to need to hear this. And he's like, why are you calling me? It's 4:00 in the morning. I don't wake up till 6. Whatever. That's the time I heard it. And, I had to share with him. It was very important that I shared it because this was going to be the wave. And I remember sending it to him, showing him, and he's like, dude, he raps like the game. I was like, are you serious? Which at first I didn't understand, but then the game is a great lyricist too, the way he could play with the words and stuff. You know what I mean? So I think he was
no, he is.
As far as his style of rhyming, not the way he sounded. At first I was confused, like, oh, he doesn't sound anything like the game. But I was talking about how it was like you want me to share it now? His rhyme style, his voice not like the game, but I did understand later. But that was great.
So that's their most famous album there. What Would Sheen Gun Do? That's their fallen brother who died by gunshot. I believe I am correct there. And I'm over here. And Dr. Birds is the one there. So you've got Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, and West Side Gun, and they came together to form Griselda, which is also a fashion label. But they're all doing their own stuff. It wasn't a group; it was a collaboration between the 3. So all of their projects are collaborations. They're not actually part of a group, and that's why people get butthurt when they haven't done so much together since this album. This is what they became famous for. Dr. Birds is the track I was referring to. Yeah.
Doctor.
So that's So that's Slant Face Killah.
Right, go check it out. I love this album already. I also hate this album. I love and hate it. It's like there's things that I wish I can. It's a good.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Because it like we were discussing earlier, it's rough to hear an artist really experiment, with new sounds. But what is welcome though. It is welcome sometimes. I don't know.
I think good will come of it. I think.
Right. I think I feel like it's gonna have the Wiz Khalifa effect on me. You know.
Mhm. And I think Conway will just become a better and better, rapper, recording artist
Right.
through this experimentation. Because you're right, he is still early in the game.
Right.
It just seems like a long time because he releases 237, things a year.
That's why he stays eating, man. You know what I mean? He's just
Oh, yeah.
he got a very hardcore cult following. You know what I mean? Like there's people that love Conway way more than us. You know?
Oh, God, yes. There's stands everywhere. Stands.
Yeah.